Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Ballistic Barbecue. Today it's going to be roast turkey breast on the Weber with a cranberry orange bourbon glaze. Going to be throwing some different techniques at you. Let's get going. All right, we're going to start out by prepping those turkey breasts. Now, what I did was I cut these breast sections off of the bone. This came as a whole bone-in turkey breast. For this particular technique, however, boneless will work better, although I do love cooking on the bone. What I'm going to do is place this in a vacuum seal bag. And I was actually inspired to do this by doing some sous vide recipes I've recently got into. And yes, there is a place in a griller's home for a sous vide. Let me know down below if you want to see some sous vide recipes. I've been having a blast with it. So we're going to go ahead and throw in some butter. Now this is just the beginning of this prep. So after it's been cooking about an hour, I'm actually going to pull it and re-season it with some salt and pepper. You'll see what I'm talking about. But I'm just going to put some pads of butter, and this is unsalted butter in here. Just a small sprig of rosemary. I'm going to place this underneath here. And one leaf of sage. Again, sage very strong. Little goes a long way. All right, so what I'm going to do now is seal this in my vacuum sealer. Now, if you don't have a vacuum sealer, I'm sure you could get by with some cling wrap. These things have really come down a lot in price, and they're well worth the money. They pay for themselves, especially with a small family like I have. And there we have it. Okay, next step. I'm going to lay down some aluminum foil here. That's probably enough. Now, sure you figured out by now, yes, I will be cooking this on the grill in the vacuum sealed package. And the foil is simply to protect it from the heat. Even though these things are pretty amazingly resistant to heat, just in case there's a flare-up or what have you, I don't want it to burn. Now, if you're doing this on a Kamado-style grill with that heat diffuser, I think I'd still add a little foil, again, just to protect it from the heated grates. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get the other breast prepared, and then I'll meet you outside where I have my Weber already preheated. Have my grill preheated to 300 degrees, burning lump charcoal. I have all my charcoal on this side of the grill. Nothing over here. We're going to place those turkey breasts on this side, keep them as far away from that heat as we can. Get the lid back on. Want to make sure that that vent is directly over the meat so we get that nice convection. We're going to cook this way for 1 hour. After that hour, we're going to go ahead and pull the meat from those vacuum bags, season them with a little bit of salt and pepper, get them back on the grill. As the cook progresses, we're going to baste with a really nice cranberry orange bourbon glaze. Speaking of which, let's go back into the kitchen, make that glaze. In my large stock pot, I'm going to add 1½ cups of orange juice, 1/2 cup of bourbon. That is a pretty decent quality bourbon. Maybe a little bit of rosemary, fresh rosemary, just a little teeny sprig of that. And I'm sure you guys recognize this from the holidays. This is 14 ounces of cranberry sauce from the can. Plop that in there. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of paprika. This will give a little smoky flavor and also add a nice kind of a cool color to it. Little kosher salt. Little fresh ground black pepper. Now I'm going to crank up the heat on this, bring it to a boil. Once it starts to boil, I'll reduce the heat to a medium. Let it reduce. And I'm looking for like the consistency of a thick honey. That hour's passed. Went ahead and removed the meat from the grill, removed those turkey breasts from those vacuum bags, seasoned them lightly with some kosher salt and some pepper. Basically what we have here is poached meat. It's been poaching in its own juices and that butter and the herbs for an hour now. What I'm going to do now is pump that heat up to 350. And I'm looking for an internal temp on this breast meat at 165. I want to tighten the skin up, get some color going on here, then we'll baste it with some of that sauce that we made. I'll see you in a bit. All right, it's been an additional 30 minutes, and these are looking wonderful. We are extremely close to being done now. I'm, again, looking for that target temperature of 165, and these will be done literally in just a few minutes. I just want to kind of get this glaze on here and give it enough time for the glaze to tighten up. In literally 5-10 minutes, we'll be done. This glaze tastes fabulous, by the way. It, has that little bit of sweetness, but we definitely kicked it a little savory with the herbs and that paprika in there. Just enough sweetness to make it really, really good. All right, we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Okay, so I let this ride another 7 minutes and it's done. I'm very happy with this. I'm going to go ahead and take this in, cover it with a little foil, and then we'll try it out. See you in a bit. All right, my personal favorite part of my video is getting to try this stuff. Let's go ahead and slice a few slices of this. Smells really good, nice and juicy. Now I reserved a little of that sauce. Let's give this a go here. Very happy. That sauce, again, it's not too sweet, just the right amount of sweetness, not right a balance of savoriness there. Turkey turned out really good, super moist. That poaching thing in a bag works really good. Very easy, and it also speeds up the cook. Anyway, guys, thank you once again for stopping by my video. Appreciate your views, appreciate your comments, appreciate those thumbs up, appreciate the subs. Anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next vid. Cheers.